Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to my second coloring live stream. This is my second time doing this. I did it for the first time last week and it was a lot of fun. So what I'm going to be doing here as part of my getting to affiliate status here on Twitch, I'm just going ahead and showing my coloring process for all the drawings that I do on my regular stream on Wednesday nights. That's Draw Something, where I draw by request. But this in particular is just going to be me coloring in said drawings, so it's going to be pretty low-key. My drawing stream is low-key too, but this is going to just be me just going through and picking colors and making conversation with anyone who drops in. If you're watching this, don't feel shy to say something in the chat. Alright, so starting off, I'm going to go ahead and get on with the first drawing here. My theme for this last week was song title interpretations. What we have here is the drawing I came up with for Blame It on the Weatherman by Bewitched. So what I did was I basically decided it's a cute storm that's attacking a city. You got these super cutesy clouds with hard eyes. They're shooting lightning, cutesy lightning that's turning all these buildings super cutesy and smiley. But the townspeople don't seem too happy about it, and they want to pin all the blame on the weatherman, whose name is Rain Goes On. So let me go ahead and get started here on the coloring. I might be a little slow to respond to the chat, but I will be checking the chat regularly, so don't worry, I will get to you if you leave a comment. Alright, so I think for the hard eyes, I'm going to go ahead and start by making these red, and then maybe making the outer part, the outer circular part, kind of pinkish. Alright, I'm going to zoom in here, because I was talking about this last week. Often what usually happens with these drawings is there's these little tiny spaces here that need to be closed up, because when I don't close them up, it'll spread the color all over it'll spread the color a lot further than I want. So what I need to do is, I mean, obviously I don't want the pencil to be this big. That doesn't look quite right. I'm gonna set it to the smallest possible, just this one little tiny pixel. And that'll close it up enough that I can just have it contained within the circle. So there we go. I got my first set of eyes here. Then I think I'll make the actual cloud. Let me see. I'll go ahead and just make it a nice sky-friendly shade of blue. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next cloud. I think I'm going to do all the clouds first. Then I'll move on to the buildings and the lightning, so on and so forth. Alright, so I think just to mix it up a bit, I'll basically do the same colors, but I'm going to reverse the order of them. Like, instead of it being the red being on the inside, I'm going to make it on the outside here. And once again, I got a close-up opening. There we go. As for this one, I'm going to make it like a nice... I'm going to give them all like bright, friendly-looking colors, because the point is that it's a cute storm. It's a happy little storm. There's seemingly nothing threatening about it, but, I mean, you don't typically see buildings with faces on them like this, so it does seem like there might be something slightly sinister about them hiding underneath the surface. Okay. next up, I'm gonna change up the colors a little bit. Like maybe make the pink a little bit darker. Then I'll make the red a little darker too. And then for the color, I'll go ahead and make it purple. Yeah, I'll make this third cloud purple, but there was an opening again, so I ended up spreading the purple all over the place. I don't want that, so we close that gap. There we go. And I think I'll go ahead and use a lighter purple here for coloring this next pair of eyes. Alright, yeah, I like that. There we go. So it's even slightly darker shade of pink. I'm kind of making the pink darker as I go along. Here it was pretty bright. Here it's a little darker. And here it's even darker than it was before. And let me see here. So far I've gotten blue, green, purple. I'll go ahead and do just a light orange for that one. And alright, that leaves me with one more cloud. Let me see. I think I'll go ahead and just kind of keep the alternating pattern going by just using the same two colors here, but inverting them. Like, instead of one being on the outside and being on the inside, I'm gonna just flip it. But first I gotta close up this gap. Gonna be doing that a lot on this stream, I'm sure. Alright, as for the color for this one, I'll go ahead and make it yellow. Just a really light yellow color. And forgot to close up a gap. There we go. Alright, so there we go. We got our cute storm clouds here. So I guess I'll go ahead and move on to the lightning. Alright, now here I forgot to actually draw an extra line here to complete the lightning bolt, so I'm going to need to add that. Okay, I think that actually I'm going to change, yeah, I'm going to try that again. Alright, I think that'll do. Alright, so making the eyes just big and blue. Alright, let me go ahead and do the other lightning bolt. I think there's 1 or 2 more. Yeah, okay, there's 2 more. Alright, so I'll go ahead and I'll make them all the same color. The clouds are all different colors, but the lightning bolts are the same color. I think that'll work. I will make its eyes a little different. Like, I think instead of blue, I'll go ahead and make them green. Alright, now the third lightning bolt. You gotta close up that gap in the eye. And then the eye, it's the pupils, I'll go ahead and make, let me see. I already did blue and green, so what can I do to... Alright, so I did blue, I did green. I'm going to do, like, kind of right in between. I'm going to do, like, this sea green color for the eyes. There we go. Alright, so... now I'm going to move on to the buildings. I think it only makes sense to have the cloud striking this and then transferring its eye colors. Though, again, I think I'll do the inverse. Actually, no, because I already have the inverse of those colors over here, so I guess I'll just keep them the same. The eyes are a different shape, but they'll have the same inner, outer color pattern. Alright, so there we go. Then I'll make the pupils red. The pupils are smile-shaped rather than heart-shaped. Alright, next up we have... this one. Once again, gonna take the same color pattern and put it in these pupils as what we have right here. And looks like I got a little bit lazy with the line drawing here. There's like 2 big line segments that are completely missing. But I can fix that. There we go. Alright, so... oh, and there's also a line missing here. Alright, there we go. Oh, and when you know, there's another line missing right here. There we go. There's probably more, but I'll get to those when I get to them. Okay, so, and I think for this one, I'm gonna... I think for this one right here, the one on this one, I'm gonna have the whites just stay white. But this one I'm going to go ahead and make the whites like a really, really light shade of pink. Just to have it stand out from this one. And I think that'll do. Alright, so now it's just a matter of what color I want to give these buildings. I think I'm going to go for something between blue and purple. Let me see. I gotta close up this gap on the far right. Left. First, I'm gonna erase this little line here. Then I'll close this in with the pencil. And see how it looks. Let me zoom out a bit. Yeah, I think I like that. Oop. Another missing connector. Yeah, I think I like that color. That'll work. I think that's all the buildings. Yeah, alright, good. So now let me go ahead and do the little starbursts, I guess you could call them, that are like it's like basically showing them mutating. It's just this, that's what the squiggly lines represent. So it's like radiation, I guess, is what you could call it. Something like that. Alright, so I'm thinking I'll make the radiation line just a lighter shade of the color of the clouds. Since the cloud that's striking this one is blue, a light blue, I'm going to make it an even lighter blue for the radiation. Let me make sure that everything's closed up. Oh, nope. Gotta make sure every one of these gaps is closed, or else the color will go flooding everywhere. Like that. Alright, I think I need to zoom in a little bit closer. There's just that one tiny little pixel wide opening, but it makes all the difference. Okay, so next up, I got this orange cloud here, so I'm going to take the radiation and make it an even lighter shade of orange. Just zoom in a bit. I like that. Zoom out. That looks good. Alright, oh, here we have yellow. I think in this one's case, I'm gonna make the color a little bit different. Gonna make it like this light yellowish green. Alright, I think that looks good. Alright, let me go ahead and start working on the people here. Alright, so I'll go ahead and just use the normal skin color I tend to use. But of course I gotta close up that gap in the eye. There we go. Then use that same color for his hands. Then I'll make his button-up shirt kind of this sort of like darkish cyan, or just it's a medium shade of blue. That'll make his tie like kind of this reddish orange color. That'll make his pants darker blue. Then for his hair, I think I'll make it I think I'll make his hair brown. Also make his mouth, yeah, color in his mouth there. Alright, then we're gonna take the skin color I had for that for the weatherman and make it a little bit lighter for this woman. Who I'm gonna give this reddish orange hair color to. Might also color in her hands. Make your shirt light green. Oh, gotta close up that gap again. Alright, make your pants blue. Alright, do a slightly different shade of that skin tone for this third guy. And then we're going to go ahead and make him blonde. And give him a light brown shirt. And then color his pants into this shade of blue. gaps are just popping up all over the place. Alright, color this woman's shoes brown. Then this third guy, this third person here, I'll go ahead and make him gray. Let me zoom out here. I think that'll about do it. The only other thing I can really think to add is maybe like a extra color here for the city's background. But actually, I think that'll do it. I think I don't know if I can think. I don't know if there will be a color that'll blend well with all of these colors I already have here. So I think I'll just leave it as just white. So alright, that is one drawing down. I have 8 more to go. I have 9 drawings to color today, so more than the 7 I had last week. Let me go ahead and bring up the larger view of it. There we go. Cute storm, don't blame the weatherman. Or, as the song says, I guess do blame it on the weatherman. Alright, so with that first one down, just gonna make sure I got that saved. I will go ahead and bring up this next drawing, which is the... Hold on. I apologize for that glitch. This is the chicken dance. So as you see here, we got a couple of just normal chickens, but we also have various members of the chicken family. We got drumstick legs, got chicken nuggets, got a full bucket of fried chicken, got some peeps. So let me go ahead and get started on this. Alright, so I'm going to color the combs red. Once again, got to close up those gaps. Alright, I know there's one other chicken that has a comb that needs to be filled in, I think. Oh, wait, was that it? No, I guess that was it. There was just 3 of them. Okay. Alright, so I'll go ahead and then move on to their beaks. So these extra lines here, I'm gonna erase those, as well as a lot of the extra lines, the little pencil sketch lines here. I'm gonna erase those off camera because it's really tedious. I'm just gonna do just the coloring in here, and then I'll do the cleaning up off camera. Alright, so, oh, and I'm also going to color the legs orange. So for all 3 chickens, I'm going to have the same basic color scheme of red for the comb, orange for the beaks and feet, and just white for the body. But how I'm ultimately going to differentiate them is their eyes. Although, you know what? Actually, I could make one of them brown. me see if I can figure that out. There we go. That's a little variety. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna also give them different colored eyes. This one's eyes are gonna be blue. This one's are gonna be green. And third one's gonna be brown. Up. Zoom in on that. Alright, I think that'll do. Let me color that in. Alright, cool. So looks like we got the chickens. Now it's time to move on to, well, let's go ahead and start on the drumsticks. So I'll go ahead and give them kind of this orangish brown color that fried chicken normally has. Except I'm going to, once again, close the gap. Okay, there we go. I'll go ahead and make their little hands a little bit darker so they stand out. I'll go ahead and make its eyes sort of a darker orange color. Alright, let me move over to the other drumstick who's playing the accordion. Got a couple of musically talented pieces of fried chicken here. To fill in this line that I forgot to draw in it while I was drawing it on paper. I'll go ahead and make its pupils light blue. Get a little closer in. Then I'll go ahead and use a light pink for the mouth. Use this dark brown for its hands. Then for the accordion, I'll go ahead and make the actual coil green. And then use kind of this reddish brown for the the whatever you call those things that are on the ends. Sorry, I really feel like I should know that. Alright, now let's move on to the nuggets. Alright, so I'm going to take the color I used for the drumsticks and make it a little bit lighter. Kind of going for chicken McNuggets. That look, the chicken McNuggets look here. Alright, that looks about right. Once again, I'll make the hands just a little bit darker. Just a slightly darker shade of the same color. Close the gap. And then for the pupils, I'm going to go ahead and just make them purple. You don't really see purple eyes typically, but then again, these are not people, these are nuggets. Chicken nuggets, in fact. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and do purple for the irises. Or pupils, pardon me. And, yeah, let me go ahead and get that shade of pink I used for the mouth on this guy. And fill it in. Good. I'm going to go ahead and take that shade. Yeah, just fill it in with the same color. Yeah, I'm going to keep most of the colors I use for these characters consistent. Like the chickens and the nuggets are going to have mostly the same colors. I'm just going to change up like the eye colors. But mostly keep all the colors the same so they're consistent, but you know, there's a little difference between each of them. Alright, and as for this guy here, go ahead and make his pupils a dark green. Alright, looks like I've got one more nugget down here that needs to be colored in. Oops! Sorry, that was weird. Alright, so close the gap once again. Alright, for the eye color, let's see. This one was purple, this one was green. So, to complete the trifecta, I'll go ahead and use yellow. Alright, zoom out. Then use this kind of darkish blue-purple color for the outer parts of this accordion. And use kind of a reddish pink for the inner coil. Alright, Alright, so I think that covers all the nuggets, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so that just leaves the bucket of fried chickens. Let me go ahead and get on that. Alright, so I used a darker shade of, basically a darker shade of what they use for the nuggets for the drumsticks. I'm going to go for kind of something in between these two. After I fill in the gap, of course. And then for the outside of the bucket, I'm going to go ahead and just do red and white stripes. Just, you know, make it a Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. There we go. Oops. Alright, just one little tiny speck there. There we go. And we got a real patriotic bucket here. He's got red and white stripes, and his eyes are blue. All he needs is some stars, and he is truly all-American. Alright, so now last of all, we got the little peeps. Gonna make their beaks a little bit darker than the big chickens here. Their beak color changes as they get older, I guess. Alright, then I'll move on to this one. And then for just no real reason at all, I'm going to make this one sea green colored. So it's kind of like a marshmallow peep. Actually, I guess if I wanted to do a marshmallow peep, I would just go ahead and just make it just kind of blue. Alright, so it's kind of like a bluebird now. But it's not really a okay, I'm making this too complicated. Just make it yellow. It's simple that way. Alright, I think that'll do it. There we go. We got a whole chicken family reunion here. Hey, Slash Prison on Twitch. How are you doing today? Great to see you here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up the larger view so you can get a closer look at it. There we go. And then I'll take that off screen and go ahead and do the... Yeah, move on to the next one. I'll save this. Alright, next up on the list is... hey, Slash Prison, I'm not... this actually isn't on my usual drawing request stream. I'm just coloring the drawings I did last week. So I'm not taking requests right now. But thank you for having a request ready to go. Alright, so yeah, this drawing here is, this was based on the song I Love My Radio by Taffy. She's an Italo disco singer from the 80s. She actually stars in this drawing with the radio that she loves so much. And major part of the song is she loves the DJ after midnight. She loves the midnight radio. So you can see the clock here says it's just after midnight where they're eating. And there's also some saltwater taffy here on the table for dessert, just because her name's Taffy. I mean, her real name is, I believe, Catherine Quay, but Taffy was her stage name. So let me go ahead and start working on this. Alright, so she's got kind of darker skin. Then I'll go, you know, pretty standard 80s and give her a hot pink shirt. Oh, gotta close that gap. I'm just gonna go ahead and just complete the line here. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink too. Yeah. No, just sitting here coloring for a while can I can get kind of thirsty. Alright, so for pants, I'll go ahead and make them kind of a lightish blue. Up, darn. Hold on. No, make her shoes that kind of dark pink. All right, so there we go. There's Taffy. All right, go ahead and light those, color those candle flames in with a light orange. I accidentally just clicked on the line, so I turned this whole outline that color. Oops. Alright, there we go. Alright, so Taffy here is eating a ribeye steak with mashed potatoes. So let me go ahead and color that in. Zoom in on it. Alright, then kind of a light yellow for the butter on the mashed potatoes. Then color her fork in gray, silverish. Ah. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Alright, we got these little pieces of saltwater taffy here. So I'll make one of them a creamsicle, white and orange. I'll make another one mint chocolate. go. And I'll make the third one kind of a bubble gum. Make it pink and blue. Alright, then I'll do a banana one, yellow and brown. Yep, gotta stretch. Alright. It's funny, I haven't even been here for an hour and I'm already... I guess this is what happens when you get old. Who am I kidding? I'm 28. Alright, and then the final one will be... This was called like blue raspberry or something. Something blue. Maybe it's like literal saltwater flavor. Gross. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and color the musical notes because that's what Mr. Radio here is chowing down on. Despite not having any visible hands, the closest thing he has to a hand is this cord that's sticking out of him that's got a little hand at the end of it so he can take Taffy's hand. But other than that, he doesn't seem to have any way of consuming the music, but it's kind of just left to the imagination. I'll just make the music notes here just kind of a rainbow potpourri. Alright, there we go. Kind of just a variety of colors. Let me zoom out a little bit. Then I'll make the radio... What do I want to do for the radio's colors? There's one or two things. I could just make it look like a normal everyday radio, just kind of have it mostly gray colored with like a orange or brown stripe on it. Or I could... Let me see here. Go ahead and color in these stripes. Orange. Alternate the orange and white. Actually, not orange and white. Maybe I'll do like a... dang it. Do like a slightly darker shade here. Yeah, there we go. Use kind of a lighter shade of orange for the upper body. Actually, I'm going to make the speaker itself just a standard gray. Then use a lighter gray for the antenna. Alright, make that color that in yellow. colored both of the chairs. I'll color on the table. I'm going to color that in. Okay. Now go ahead and work on these hearts. Just kind of do varying shades of pink and red. There you go. More of these hearts. I might make that a little bit different. Looks a little too similar to the other color. There we go. Alright, so I got the hearts colored in. Guess I'll go ahead and do the clock. Which I kind of already had mentally pictured as kind of being this darker green. There we go. Make the hands brown. Let me zoom in a little bit. Alright, I think to top it all off, I'll go ahead and make the scene, give the scene kind of a nighttime color. Let me see. Just gonna do kind of an outline around the whole scene. Going. try and fill this in. Alright, yeah, I like that. I think I'll go ahead and call that good. Let me save it. Then I'll bring up the larger view. A woman and a radio in love. After midnight. Alright, let me get the next drawing pulled up. Ah, yes. Alright, so here we got, raindrops keep falling on my head. Only in this case, the head is a portable toilet. Thought that would be kind of a fun twist to put on the title of the song. So let me go ahead and get started on this. I think this is drawing 4 out of 9, so I'm making progress. It's been just over an hour since I started. Take another drink. I got lots of gaps to close in here. Alright, so this one's got a bump on his head from hitting the side of the toilet. As does this one. I'm gonna use the same colors for this guy. Yep. So many gaps. Up. Okay, so I got 2 raindrops. This poor guy here is stuck in the chimney. Which, speaking of which, do porta potties even have chimneys? You know, in this universe, they do. It's just the insane universe where... It's the same insane universe where raindrops have faces and don't immediately splatter into water droplets when they come in contact with something. Like, apparently here they're like solid as ice. So I'm thinking within that same logic, it makes sense for a porta potty to have a porta potty to have a chimney. I do kind of want to make these a little bit different shaded just to add some variety. Maybe one a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll make this one a little bit darker. And you just gotta just took it right between the gonads. That's gotta hurt. That's gonna leave a mark. color this in the little bang. And do the same here and there. Hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit. Color that guy in. Alright, looks like that's all the raindrops, so I guess I'll go ahead and start on the BJ's Portables Portable Lavatory. Alright, let's make that lettering red. Alright, zoom in. Giving these kind of a burnt orange. Dang it. Yeah. Add a line here. There we go. Alright, and then for the actual porta potty itself, go ahead and give it kind of this cream colored aesthetic. I'm gonna color this part metal gray because I'm deciding it's metal. Now I'll go ahead and color this. This is that little sign that, you know, flips around to say vacant or reserved, or vacant or occupied. It's currently vacant, so I guess I actually could, you know, maybe color it red and just have it be an endless mystery who's currently in there, hearing all this banging and thunking on the outside. I like that. I'm gonna do that instead. Alright, so it is currently occupied, so it's red. Alright, now we got, oh, no, let me figure out the chimney. I wonder where Santa puts the gifts when he comes to deliver every Christmas. Comes down the chimney. Does he leave them on the toilet paper rack or the toilet seat, the floor? I'm curious how that works. Alright, so let me zoom on this here old man yelling at those there raindrops for intruding on his private property. Alright, let me just figure out the skin color for this guy. That's a weird color for a beard. Yeah, went a little heavy on the toilet cleaner there, and it then it splashed up, and his beard's never been the same since. Let me go ahead and do like a really dark gray for the pants. Alright. Go ahead and close this in. His shoe. Barely visible through, I guess this is mud. Maybe this is in the middle of a swamp or something, I don't know. Alright. Finally, the ground is going to be this muddy brown color. Zoom out, let's see how this looks. Yeah, there we go. Alright, color this in. Let me zoom in so I can color that in easier. Good. Alright, I kind of want to give it just a simple background color here. I think I'll just go with light green for the background. up. Let me fix those little speech bubble or thought bubble circles. Yeah. I think that'll do. Let me color in that spot right there. Okay, I think that'll do. Go ahead and save it up. There's still another spot here. I think even another spot here. Okay, that ought to do it. So let me bring up the larger view. There we go. This is absolutely what BJ Thomas was singing about in his song. This was the inspiration. It has to be. There's no way this wasn't what he was thinking of when he wrote the song. At least I think whoever wrote the song, I don't know if it was BJ Thomas or if he just sang it. Whoever wrote the song, this is what they had in mind. And I just realized I'd never colored in this guy's mouth. Let me fix that really quick. There we go. One more save. And let's go ahead and clear this out. Yeah. Just no changes. Alright, number 5. We got Stranded at the Drive-In from Greece. So we got John Travolta as Danny here, just singing his song. You know, if you've seen the movie, you know the scene where he's just had a kind of a... I've only seen it once, so maybe I shouldn't be really... But I remember there was that scene where he's at the drive-in and he's singing, and the concessions ad is playing on the big theater screen in the background. But as you can see here, he is truly stranded at the drive-in. No one else is around except for this tumbleweed, and the concessions ad has just gotten so tired from playing over and over again that the concessions have fallen asleep, and even the singers have fallen asleep. And so we just got Danny here all by himself, just expressing his heartbreak. Poor guy. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just give him... Yeah, normal skin color. Just kind of that fleshy color tone. Then color in the T red. Keep this white, but make his pants the same color as his shirt. His jacket, his shirt is white, his jacket is dark gray. And his shoes are also dark gray. And then I'll make his mouth pink. Alright, let me move on to the the dozing concessions. I think I'm gonna do the same pattern I did with that KFC bucket a few drawings back when I did the chicken dance drawing. Gonna go with red and white stripes. draw these lines in. Alright. Yeah. Oh, missed one. Alright. Nope. Boop. Boop. Oh, no, that's it. That's it. Alright, make the popcorn a light yellow. And once again, make his mouth pink. Alright, now we got the hot dog using its bun as a sleeping bag. Alright, then we got Mr. Soda here, and his Z's are not coming, not showing up on top of him. Instead, they're coming out of him via the drink. Alright, let me get his mouth first, as I already know what color that's going to be. Alright, yeah, I like that color. Alright. The soda inside is, like, Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow. Were those around in the 50s? I'm not sure. I guess it would probably make the most sense to have it be like Coke or Pepsi. So we can give it a cola-like color. Yeah, I apologize if I am, saying completely inaccurate stuff. When I'm on the spot like this, when I'm just kind of on the spot, I can have trouble remembering certain details. You would think from all the hours I spend scrolling through Wikipedia, I wouldn't have so much trouble with that, but yeah. Sometimes just the simplest facts avoid my grasp. Alright, so let me go ahead and do a slightly dark red for the text here. Let's all go to the I mean, they can only go on singing that for so long before they just get burned out. I mean, really. Oh. Ah. Make it a little bit lighter. There we go. I'm coloring all these little spots. Alright, looks like I got that all colored. Alright. Make the moon yellow, make the stars yellow. Alright, move over to the other side. Some of these stars didn't turn out the greatest. Like, that's supposed to be a star. And let me start the music up again. Okay, is that all the stars? Nope, there's one more. All right. Let me see the stage. I'll go ahead and make let me see. Go ahead and do the night sky first. Clear out this gray line here on the left. Oh. Alright. Looks like there's another star I forgot to color in. Alright, so there we go. I'll just kind of have this barren desert that he's singing in. Alright, color these in. like that. Okay, I think that'll do. I'm coloring these little musical notes. And I think that'll do. I think I'm satisfied with that. So I'll go ahead and bring up the larger view. There we go. Whatever you do, don't get stranded at the drive-in. Alright, one more time just to make sure I saved it. Alright, next song title, I should say, is Through Glass by Stone Sour, and what I did here was I drew a star being thrown through a glass window belonging to a candy shop called Stone's Sours, which exclusively sells sour candy. And when I was drawing this the other night, I made the point that this wouldn't really be my favorite place to visit because sour candy is not something I've ever been a fan of. I mean, all respect to people who like it, more power to them. I've never really seen the appeal of it. The appeal of it, sorry. So let me see, I'm using just a dark gray for the Stones lettering. I'm using this kind of radioactive yellow-green for the Sours lettering. Then I put a sign on the door here that says, "We're open for what feels like forever," which is another nod to the song. And as for what this star did to deserve being thrown through a glass window, I don't know. Beats me. Make sure you get all the white spots colored in. All these extra little pencil lines, I'll be taking care of those off camera. Right now I'm just focusing on getting all this colored. Alright, there we go. Alright, color in the door here. Alright, then for the outside of the building, yeah, I'll go ahead and do like a sort of a brick colored reddish orange. And actually, that's it. This is this was probably the simplest drawing I've colored so far. It certainly took the least amount of time. Let me see if I can, I should at least color the sign here. Alright, I think that looks good. Alright, save it. Let me bring up the larger view. There we go. Alright, so let me close this and I'll bring up drawing number 7. Alright, so this one was based on Prince's 1987 hit, You Got the Look. And as you can see, it does indeed feature you getting the look. Again, took pretty big liberties, although I with the song subject matter, although honestly, I would be willing to bet this is really what Prince was imagining when he wrote the song. But yeah, Yu's trying to get into the cookie jar, which has been filled with, let me zoom in here, raspberry berets cookies. But his mom zoomed out too far. And his mother, the letter B, is not looking too pleased about it, so she's giving him the look. Alright, so I'll go ahead and start by doing the cookie jar. There we go. Alright, got the cookie jar. I also remember commenting on when I was drawing this the other night how this is kind of the mother's fault, you know, putting the cookie jar in such an easily accessible place, just this short little dresser. Like, normally you put the cookie jar on top of, like, the fridge or some high up place where the kids can't easily get to it. You put it right there, you're just asking for trouble. Yeah, like, of course he's going to try and get into it, or he's going to successfully get into it because it's right there. And another gap. almost want to, you know, start keeping a tally of how many of those gaps I have to fill in. I'm sure at this point it's been like at least 10 or 12. And there's 13. And 14. Alright, so let me go ahead and do the color for this thing. Make it kind of a pinkish purple color. Actually, no, I won't. Because I'm going to make this kind of a pinkish reddish color, so it'll look too similar to this. I'll just make it a standard gray trash can. So yeah, raspberry beret cookies. Allegedly licensed by and funded by Prince himself. Kind of a big deal. Yep. This is Gap City right here. They're all over the place. Yep. There. Alright, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in. Fill all of it in. Alright. Zoom out. Alright, yeah, for the package coloring, just kind of a lighter pinkish red. Or reddish pink. Is it more pink than red or more red than pink? That's the question. Just figuring out the inside color here. There we go. Alright, so I got that part. Now I gotta just draw the letter, or color. I did the drawing already. Now I just gotta color the letters. Go ahead and color you green. Am I gonna color you green or color me green? Alright, as for his pupils, make them dark green. I'll also make his arms and legs a lighter green, so we got 3 different shades of green. And the mother here, go ahead and make her purple. Then we'll make her eyes a darker shade of purple. While her arms and legs are a lighter shade of purple. And I think, again, unless I wanted to add like a background color, I think this is pretty much it. This is done. I had some more complex drawings. In fact, I think there's a couple more. I think the next 2 are going to be a little more complicated, but I've had a couple of pretty simple ones here. So I'll go ahead and call that good. Let me bring up the larger view. Your face is slamming, your body's hecka slamming, you got the look. And little known fact, the the mother bee, she may or may not, yeah, it can either be confirmed or denied. She may or may not drive a little red Corvette. Rumor has it. Alright, here we go. Second to last drawing. It is Walking on the Sun. This was based on Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth. So what I did here was I drew an ad for sun-safe foot covers. Don't delay, act now. Supplies are running out. But you can get 2 for 1 for free, but it'll take 6 to 8 years to arrive. That's just a minor catch. I mean, whatever happens in the 6 to 8 years that transpire, that's on you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and color in this really unfortunate fellow who apparently is the spokesperson and is being forced to walk on the sun barefoot. That's apparently legal somewhere. And wrong color. Hold on. Okay, and up. Wouldn't you know it? We got another gap to fill. There we go. Alright, so yeah, his foot is just burned red. I guess more realistically, it would just be like burned to a black crisp, but I'm gonna play it. I'll downplay it a little bit. I think I think for advertising's sake, they don't want to be too graphic. Alright, we'll go ahead and give him brown eyes. Oh. Alright, got that. Make it a little more red, and I'll color it that color. Alright, I'll figure out the color of his clothes in a minute, and his hair. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna color the sun here because I already know what colors I want for it. Obviously, the main center of it will be yellow. And I think it'll be like kind of a, yeah, this here will be orange. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna make this orange. Alright, there we go. Got the sun. Actually, I'll go ahead and make. I'm thinking I'm gonna make this foot a little darker red. I mean, they don't want to get too graphic, but they also want to make sure they sell their product. So they got to really show the consequences of not wearing foot covers when walking on the sun, as one usually does. That's just a normal everyday activity. I'll make his hair orange. Dang it. Alright, zoom in on that. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and color the... I'm going to color the earth next. I kind of just do this nice blue, and I got to fill in those gaps. There we go. Oh, no, that's Antarctica. It stays white. Alright, then color in his eyes. Or its eyes. The Earth is gender neutral. Probably. I don't know I don't know that for certain, but I'm assuming it is. Alright, so right now I'm just going around and coloring all the stars. Alright. Okay, did I get all of them? Oh no, there's still all these over there. I'm gonna go get this lone star right here. Lone Star! You who is very powerful with the Schwartz. I'm your father's daughter's sister's cousin's former roommate. You know what that makes us? Absolutely nothing. Which is what you are about to become. Because when I don't have anything else to talk about, I can just quote Spaceballs. Alright. Let me see if I can... Alright, I guess that's an alright color to go with. Only problem is don't want that shirt that color, so let me fill in whatever gap there is there. Ah, I see, it's right there. Alright, I think that's good. Yep. So I just gotta fill in all these little white spots. Well, yeah, I mean, the ones that are gonna be the same color. Obviously, this one I'm gonna give a different color. I'm gonna give these different colors, but these little spots, just these little holes in the letters that are still white, I gotta fill those in. And for the smoke here, let me go ahead and make it gray. We got ourselves a foot barbecue. You know what? Now, let me keep it like that. There we go. Up. There we go. Alright, as for this part, let me go ahead and, yeah, let me see. Go ahead and do like a light blue here for the letters. Gotta fill in that gap. Yep. Try that again. Stretch. Alright, wow, I just crossed over the 2-hour mark. This is definitely longer than last week's show. I think that one was only like an hour 40. This one's now over 2 hours, and I still got one more drawing to color in after this. Okay. So I just got the pants and shirt to deal with. The shirt and shorts. I'll go ahead and make the shirt, make the shirt green. And then make the pants blue. And I think that'll do it. Let me go ahead and save this. And bring up the larger view. Alright, there we go. Definitely a Smash Mouth song, Walking on the Sun, that I wish got some more attention. Compared to something like All-Star or even I'm a Believer, it's kind of under the radar. Yet it was their debut single, and I think it still holds up. Alright, so let me bring up the last song inspired drawing. Here is Your Disco Needs You by Kylie Minogue. Now, it's among my group of friends, it's kind of a running joke with us where your disco needs you can be easily misheard as Nabisco needs you. So I decided to incorporate Nabisco into it. We got Captain Nabisco here, the superhero with a rich-shaped head and a Nabisco cape. Out to save Mrs. Disco because, well, quite frankly, she needs him. She's in a burning building. It's about to collapse to the ground. The building itself doesn't look very well constructed. It's just a rectangle with a bunch of smaller rectangles in it. It's a pretty shoddy construction job, if I say so myself. So let me go ahead and start by coloring the flames. Oh. Alright, what did I miss? Ah, yes. Gotta close that up too. Alright, so I'm just gonna use the same red and orange for all the flames. Yep. Now I'm gonna zoom in on this. Yep. There we go. Oh boy. Man, just sitting in one place for a long time can really get my muscles sore. I don't think I need to say that out loud, but so yeah, just coloring more and more flames. It is a this I mean, obviously there's another song I could use to describe this. It's Disco Inferno, burn baby burn. Should almost be done with the fire here. Alright. Oh. Let me connect that. There we go. Alright, how many more of these flames do I got to go? Looks like I just got one or two. Oh. Oops. Obviously missed a spot. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Okay, flames are done. Now let's move on to Mrs. Disco, the poor damsel who is awaiting her hero Nabisco to save her. Disco Nabisco. Hold on. Oop. Alright, filling her eyes. Alright, got Mrs. Disco colored in, so let me go ahead and work on the building. I have to do some work with the pencil here, just closing up all these lines that weren't drawn all the way through. Alright, let me see. Alright, looks like those two top windows need to be closed up too. Alright. Actually, I don't think those windows would be nearly as blue as that with with the whole place being in flames. So let me go with a slightly more intense color. Yeah, it's all kind of this apocalyptic almost looking reddish orange. Alright, let's move on to Mr. Nabisco himself. Has kind of a Superman hairdo. He's got a Ritz cracker for a head. Alright, color in the Nabisco logo. Alright, color his shirt green. And his tights are gonna be... I'll go with like a certain shade of red. Color his shoes in a slightly darker red. And finally just do a big yellow sunburst around him. Alright, just making sure there's not any open spots here. Alright, there we go. And then last but not least, let me go ahead and see. Oh. Oh yeah, I think that works. Just drench the whole thing in red. This is a really intense situation. Alright, just gonna color in these little spots here, and I think that'll be it, and that will be the end of this stream. Well, almost. I'm gonna do a quick recap of all the drawings I colored in today. But after that, I'll find myself a raid target, and that'll be that. That will be that. Alright, let me save this. Oh, there's one more little tiny spot I gotta color in. There we go. Okay, one more time, save it, then bring up the larger view. Which was actually up the entire time. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Mrs. Disco crying out for her hero, Nabisco. And with that, that is the end of the show. Again, aside from the recap I'm gonna do. Let me go ahead and get on that. Alright, so I started out with Blame It on the Weatherman by Bewitched. Got a cute storm attacking, or a cute storm hitting the city and turning all the buildings super cutesy and smiley. And the townspeople aren't too happy about it, so they're blaming the weatherman, who's claiming he has nothing to do with it. Next up is the chicken dance. You got the whole chicken family. You got the chickens, you got the drumsticks, you got the bucket of fried chicken, you got the nuggets, you got the chicks. Good times. Oh, and also a couple of them are playing the accordion. Yeah, you got a drumstick here playing the accordion, you got a nugget here playing the accordion. Good times. It's a polka party. Alright, here we got a drawing inspired by Taffy's I Love My Radio, 80s classic song. She's having a romantic dinner with the radio. And there's some saltwater taffies on the table for dessert. She's having a ribeye steak. Radio's just having some music notes. Carefully prepared, of course. I'll zoom it in a little more. There we go. Make sure you all get to see it well enough. Alright. Next up is Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. So it's a bunch of raindrops falling on top of a porta potty, and the, I guess, alleged owner of the porta potty yelling at them. And you can see they're not exactly in the best of shape either. This one gets struck right in the gonads. This one gets a big bump on his head. This one also has a big bump on his head. This one gets stuck in the chimney. And also, if you notice the little sign here that says either vacant or occupied, it's red, which means that there's somebody in there that's hearing all this, but we don't know who it is. It could be B.J. Thomas. Who knows? Alright, next up is Stranded at the Drive-In from Greece, as sung by John Travolta, who right here is literally stranded. There is nobody else around. The concessions ad has gone to sleep. There's a tumbleweed tumbling by, and he's just out here singing all by himself. I mean, give him credit. He's really putting his all into it. Hoping someone will hear him. Alright, next up is Through Glass by Stone Sour. So it's a candy store called Stone Sours that exclusively sells sour candy, and they're open for what feels like forever. Yeah, you got a star here getting thrown through the glass window for doing something. I'm just gonna leave it to your imagination, or leave it up to interpretation of what he might have done to cause this punishment. But there, that is. Alright, Prince's You Got the Look is next, and it's little you trying to steal cookies from the cookie jar, and the cookies are raspberry berets. And his mother, the letter B, is giving him the look. But really, if you wanted him to stay away from the cookies, don't put him in such an easily accessible place, man. Or ma'am. That's just a suggestion. It'd probably make it harder for him to get to them if they weren't just right there. We could easily reach them. Alright, next up we got Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth. It's an ad for sun-safe foot covers, and their spokesperson is this poor guy who is literally walking on the sun with no foot covers, and yeah, it's just looking like a foot barbecue. Don't delay, act now! Get 2 for 1 free, 6 to 8 years to arrive. It's a minor catch, I guess. And last but certainly not least is Your Disco Needs You, with Nabisco coming to save Mrs. Disco from the burning building, the towering inferno, the Disco Inferno, you could say. And yeah, that's everything. So let me go ahead and find a raid target here. I'm going to go ahead and raid a lady... You know, I'm going to raid a Mini Moon P here on Twitch. She's playing a game called Dream Daddy right now. So I'll go ahead and hopefully that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, Rose Rebel. Didn't realize, I had no idea you were here. Thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Alright, got the raid going, are all set, so I will see you all next time, or hopefully, if you're here for the first time and you liked what you saw today, go ahead and click that follow button. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to send you all off to Mini Moon P's channel, and without any further ado, have a great night. Take care.